Hi guys, this is Haley Brown. I am in Adult Health 1 in Professor Lloyd's class. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a piggyback when you already have a primary line established with your patient. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and implement standard protocols. I'm going to make sure that I verify my doctor's orders against my MAR to make sure that I have the correct patient and the correct procedure. In this case, it's going to, my doctor has ordered that my patient receive 1 gram of vancomycin. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my labs, like my white blood count, and since it is an antibiotic, I want to make sure that I check all my labs to make sure that they're good before I get everything ready, as well as make sure that my patient isn't allergic to vancomycin before I get it all prepped. So I have checked and everything looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and get it together. I'm in the med room. So as I said, my doctor has ordered 1 gram of vancomycin, and my bottle here says that 1 gram equals 1 ml. Therefore, I'm going to go ahead and grab 1 ml. Also, I went ahead and did the calculations out real quick, and I have it written out here. And it says that I'm going to give my 1 gram of vancomycin over an hour into my piggyback, which is 4 mLs of normal saline. And I also have my piggyback line, which my bag, we're going to make sure that it's all intact and everything, and it has a drop factor of 10. So that's going to make my calculations come out to be 17 drops in a minute. So before you get started, you want to go ahead and date and time and initial your line, because these will go bad in about an hour. So we're going to go, not an hour, 24 hours. So we're going to go ahead and write that down just so we know when the last time that was changed. I'm going to go ahead and I have some alcohol preps, and I have a syringe with a blunt tip and gloves. I'm going to go ahead and, since I'm in the room, I could do gloves, but I'm going to go ahead and take my alcohol swab and clean the top of this vial. Like I said, I already know that I'm going to be grabbing 1 ml according to my calculations. So, like normal, we're going to go ahead and draw up 1 ml. And I'm going to go ahead and carefully with my blunt tip the white part of the cap, which since I just touched, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that's clean. But I would have just taken it out of the bag. So I'm going to carefully inject that in, put in my medication. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the sharps now. And I'm going to go ahead and just gently mix my medication together. And I don't see any reactions going on or anything. Oh, that's another thing. You want to make sure that whatever drug that your doctor orders, you want to make sure that it doesn't have a reaction to with your normal saline or whatever's going to be in your bag, because obviously it would be bad. So we're going to make sure, and it's all good. There's no reactions. So that's together. And again, I have all my stuff. I'm going to go ahead and bring all these. So I'm going to go ahead and bring all this stuff into the patient's room. I already made sure that my patient wasn't allergic or anything like that, but I'm going to verify it in here. So, I'm going to walk in my room. Hello, my name is Haley. I'm going to be your student nurse today. Sir, can you please tell me your name and date of birth? Alright. Mr. Jones, do you have any allergies that you know of? Okay. I've come in here because your doctor has ordered that you have antibiotic hanging. It's vancomycin. You're not allergic to that, right? Okay. So I've already checked your labs, and again, it looks pretty good that we're going to go ahead and do this. So I brought this, and let me just tell you a little bit about vancomycin. I've prepped a card that has some information on it, just to let you know it is antibiotic, and so it's going to be fighting a bacteria infection, which you have. So some of the side effects, just so you know, that we're going to take a look for and continue monitoring are ototoxicity, nephrotoxicity, a superinfection, and redneck man syndrome, just to name a couple things. So that's some things to look for. If you notice, please let us know. We're going to continue monitoring you for that. So again, I have prepped a bag here for you, which I have put the date, time, my initials, the patient's name, and the drug on here, so they know that there is things infused into the mini bag. I'm going to go ahead and I have that line that I showed you earlier that I prepped. Mr. Jones, how's that IV doing? Is it feeling any tenderness or anything? I'm going to go ahead and make sure I look at my IV site to make sure that it is still okay, that there's no blood under the tegaderm, that it's, there's no redness, swelling, or tenderness, anything like that, any swelling. And it looks pretty good, so that's great, Mr. Jones. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to wash my hands again, and go ahead and put my gloves on because I'm going to get ready to add this piggyback to the primary line that we already have hanging here.
I'm now going to irrigate it with 30 ml of saline.
If you miss this, it's alright, right? I forgot to put
Okay.
it forward.
So I have my gloves together, and I have my alcohol swab from in the med room I brought with me, and I'm going to go ahead and establish that my line is running good, and it is, and like I said, my IV site was clean too. This is the port that we're going to be attaching the line for the piggyback in, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that is clean with my alcohol swab.
And I was able to
Clean that
aspirate
really
25
good.
cc's.
We go ahead and throw that in the trash. And I have the line for the piggyback that I had already prepped that I showed you guys. I'm going to go ahead and I just took this out of my bag, and I'm going to attach that to my line. I'm also going to make sure that it is kinked, which I had already done before. Also in the bag, there's going to be a little hook here. We're going to need this for later because the primary line is actually going to be hanging lower than the piggyback in order for gravity to pull that down forward. But what I'm going to do is show you guys how to do a flashback. I'm going to go ahead and just prime the extension tubing with the primary bag before I actually attach my medication, just so I don't lose any of it. So how I do that, like I said, I've cleaned and attached. I'm going to go ahead and open up the line here, and then the chamber will start to fill up. Once it's about halfway, I'm going to go ahead and pause it. So I have it here. Now I'm going to go ahead and spike my bag. And remember, it's clamped here. There's a little blue tab here, which is going to pop that off. And very carefully inject my needle into the bag. Okay, now that I have this, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and switch it. So I'm going to take this primary
Thank you.
and hook it onto
Thank you so much.
the bag, just like that. And it's going to hang lower than my primary. And here comes my piggyback, which I had implemented, remember, 1 gram of vancomycin, which was 1 ml that I administered in the bag. So now I'm going to go ahead and unclamp this. And again, I've already established my IVs running good prior to this. And I'm going to go ahead with my watch. You're going to look, and like I said, we calculated before, 17 drops a minute. We're going to take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and open this back up. And gravity is going to start pulling it down. And you're going to measure out 17 drops.
I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay.
Okay. And now
You guys
that
on
we have it
the recording?
at the correct spot, we're going to leave
Who's
that
recording?
there.
My phone.
Mr. Jones, I had let you know some of the things that we're going to start monitoring
Are
you
y'all
for.
saying?
You're not feeling weird or anything, no allergic reactions. Your sight looks good. Everything's still going well. Always want to make sure that the any medication or bags that you hang is still intact and running before you leave. So there's nothing going on. All right, Mr. Jones, it looks like we have finished this part. I'm going to go ahead and let you know some of the things I'm going to be documenting now are going to be the medication that I administered. I'm going to go ahead, so I write down my order into my MAR. I'm going to let you know the time and date that I administered it, that I have recorded the condition. Like I said, we have checked and that there was nothing going on before I gave this drug, and so we know what to look for when I come back, what was in there before. So I'm just going to go ahead and record that, again, my order and the fluid that I had given, and that'll be it for the piggyback.